Without privacy, there was no point of being an individual. What's up, people? What's going on? Of course, you're welcome to another exciting edition of the Regale Show right here on MO7 Plus with me, Akosia Purple. How's your day going? I wish you well. I hope you have the very best of the day today. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube and Facebook at MO7 Plus, and of course on Instagram at MO7_plus. And so way back in school, we taught our rights, right? To me, say freedom of speech, you have the right to live and all that. And when it comes to freedom of speech, because if they say you can say whatever you want at any time. Anyways, today we'll be looking at privacy rights. We'll be talking about the importance and some other importance of privacy rights. Aside the main importance, we'll be talking about some other importance of privacy rights. Let's say privacy rights, no. But before then, let's go for a commercial break. When we get back, we do start. Please do stay.
Sunday dear, e fufu enye loto ni permutation yet with the phone it to na yendidi. Come let no. Waiter.
Momo ye serious on. This year the Sunday aka working days now.
The Sunday boy type pumping as I could Sundays view.
Me make sure no ntia se. See a 5-9 mobile game. Momo the Sunday drop Africa.
Let's go see us no be kan.
Allah.
Hey, Chema unim. My number na yen ko twa na edu fentua ya boss.
None the date of birth. You can't register.
Register.
Who need house number? No payment number.
And as I say, numbers will be
Bill payment, any of the Sunday credit Tuyaka.
Yes, NLF 590 at the Sunday Asadaba. But Metro to the Kosia de Bia, but star 959 hash. Sunday Asada at Down Sem.
You're welcome back from that commercial break. If you just joined, this is MO7 Plus, and of course, this is the Regale with me, Akosia Purple. Kindly call a friend to call a friend to call another friend because we are discussing privacy rights. Like I stated earlier, we'll be talking about the importance of privacy rights, and then we'll be looking at what privacy is, and then we'll come back to what privacy rights actually is, and then we'll be looking at some responsibilities of privacy rights. Then we'll also look at privacy and confidentiality right here on the show. And so don't go anywhere. We are about starting. Pick up your book, pick up your pens. Let's learn. I will entertain you, I will inform you, and you will be educated as well. And so let's begin with what privacy actually means. People have their own definitions when it comes to privacy. Let me give a very normal example. Sometimes a girl at the age of 18, or even now same point they're 16, 17, they all want their privacy because he or she feels like at this age I want to just be alone. At this age, I think for instance, I see privacy to be responsibilities. You should ask me, because if I'm alone, I would be doing everything possible to ensure that things are going on right, and so I wouldn't have to go and depend on mommy. I wouldn't have to go and depend on daddy, so my utility bills will be paid or a thing like that. And so for me, that is privacy. But then there is a definition to what privacy is, and so it says that privacy is a fundamental human right that underpins freedom of association, thought, and expression, as well as freedom from discrimination. Let me take that again. It says that privacy is a fundamental human right that underpins freedom of association, thought, and expression, as well as freedom from discrimination. And so when it comes to privacy, it underpins freedom of association. When we say freedom of association, you are free to, choose the kind of people you want to be with. You can choose to, you have the right to choose the people, the religion, people you want to mingle with. Just that sometimes, in African homes, your parents will be so watchful. They'll keep an eye on you that hey, Kwesi, you're not supposed to be with these people because, let's say, excuse me, they are fraudsters, they smoke, they are drunkards and all that. But aside that, you yourself, I understand, or I know, or I feel that growing up, you would get to know that, no, this is the kind of person I am, and this is where I want to be. And so mingling with these particular people won't help me, or it might help me. You're not there, wow, but then privacy gives us that freedom of association, thought and expression, your thoughts and how to express yourself concerning a particular matter. You have to be given that right. Let me give an example. Let's say you are staying with your parents or even any other person at all, and there is an issue. Let me just use parents as an example, because sometimes there are issues at home, and because you are little, even if you are not little, let's say you are 18, 19, 20, they tend to feel like because you are not their age, sometimes you don't have the, excuse me to say, the mind. You don't even have that ability to think and to solve issues, which is very wrong. Sometimes, so sometimes you, the mother, you, the father, might think you have the solution to the problem until you go and speak to your little one, and then he or she says something. Now I will say no. And so freedom of thought and expression is also allowed. Then freedom from discrimination. You shouldn't allow anyone discriminate you at any level at all. You are human. You have the right to live. You have the right to move. Freedom of association, freedom of expression. You have the right to do what you feel it's okay for you. And so never allow anyone discriminate you. Don't get to a place where they tell you, say, I had a egg before and call Hanum saying, because you're an airway, you're not supposed to do this or that. You won't be allowed to, touch a particular thing that belongs to a company or something. So discrimination should be out. That is under privacy right. So this is actually the definition of what privacy is. So one will ask, if privacy is a right, then what is privacy rights? I'm actually doing this with you, my viewers, and so as we are unraveling, if you have any question, if you have any concern, if you have any comments, just drop on the comment section and make known to us. And so we are now talking about what are rights to privacy. So privacy rights. So privacy rights is an element of various legal traditions that intends to restrain governmental and private actions that threaten the privacy of individuals. I'll take that again. What are the rights to privacy? Now, the right to privacy is an element of various legal traditions that intends to restrain governmental and private actions that threaten the privacy of individuals. Sometimes there are cases, maybe you are found in a court case, something happened and you are found guilty. Some way, somehow, you are not guilty though, but the way the thing went, and then you are supposed to policemen or the securities are supposed to come to your house and then check a particular thing. Maybe it was said that you kept weed in your room or a thing like that. So they are supposed to come to your room and check. They don't have any right to just barge into your room like that. You are supposed to be told. You are supposed to be informed. So without your consent, they are not supposed to be able to just barge into your room because you are found guilty over a particular matter. And so privacy rights takes care of all these. Now, there is a responsibility for the right to privacy, which outlines that. So the responsibility for the right to privacy outlines that people have the right to be secured in all aspects. People have the right to be secured in all aspects against unreasonable searches and seizures. Now, there's a responsibility for right to privacy, which outlines that people have the right to be secured in all aspects against unreasonable searches and seizures. Like I said earlier, that you are found wanting, you are guilty over a particular matter, and people just want to come into your life anyhow. People start to investigate things about you just like that, just because you are guilty over a matter. Oh, when I about them, then they are searching. No. Privacy rights don't allow that. You are supposed to have your privacy, and that doesn't mean that because you're supposed to have your privacy, you do anything that is illegal. At least because you want privacy rights, you should do legal things. So one may ask, why is privacy rights important? I've been talking about privacy rights and all that, aside the fact that aside the example I cited when I started the show, that you might be with your parents and no kodanchen. Why is privacy rights important? So it says that protecting privacy is a key to ensuring human dignity, safety, and self-determination. Protecting privacy is key to ensuring human dignity, safety, and self-determination. So privacy rights is important because your dignity, your safety, and your self-determination must be put into consideration. Just look at this, that someone says something about you, which is not true. Someone says something about you, which is it is very not true. It is false. And there is no investigation, nobody has done any investigation about that. And people tend to go around your neighborhood, spoiling your name, speaking ill against you, just because he or she has heard something about you. If the person does that, the person is destroying your dignity and all that. And yes, sir, people who respect you at a particular neighborhood tends to disrespect you because they feel that what the other party is saying is the truth. So sometimes it is not supposed to be so. So privacy rights is important so that your dignity, your safety will be protected. Now it goes on to say that it allows individuals freely develop their own personality. It allows individuals freely develop their own personality. So the privacy right is there for all. It is not there for a particular group of people. It is not there for the rich. Neither is it there for other people. It is there for all of us because we all have dignities we are supposed to protect. Our safety is also equally important. Now, there are other importance of privacy rights. I'll be mentioning them and then we'll unravel. And so the first one says that respect for individuals. Respect for individuals. Then the second one goes on to say that control over one's life. Third one, freedom of thought and speech. Ability to change and have second chances. Then the fifth one says that not having to explain or justify oneself. We are going for a quick commercial break. When we get back, we pick each one of these then we unravel. Kindly do stay. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Sunday dear, fufu, and you lot to temptation yet with the phone to an endity. Come let dinner. Waiter.
Hey, Momu serious. This year the Sunday, I can working days.
They said about time pumping as I could do my Sundays view.
I make sure no one here. See a 5-lane mobile game. I'm the Sunday drop. I'm a cow.
That's a question as well.
Allah.
Hey, and the Chama Unim. My number. Now you could turn it to venture boss.
None of date of birth. You can't register.
Register.
Only house number. No payment number.
And as I say, numbers will be
Bill payment, any of the Sunday credit Tuyaka.
Yes, NLF 590 at the Sunday Asedaba. Bet me chaulo to the see the beer, but star 959 hash. Sunday Aseda at Downsem.
Yeah, welcome back from that commercial break. It's still Regale right here on MO7 Plus, and we have been talking about privacy rights. So before we went on that commercial break, I was talking about some importance of privacy rights. So the first one is respect for individuals. The second one, control over one's life. The third one, freedom of thought and speech. The fourth one, ability to change and have second chances. Then the last one says not having to explain or justify oneself. So we are taking this one after the other and we will be unraveling them. So the first one, respect for individuals. Now, under respect for individuals, it says privacy is about respecting individuals. Privacy is about respecting individuals. If a person has a reasonable desire to keep something private, let me take that again. I want you to understand. So it says that privacy is about respecting individuals. If a person has a reasonable desire to keep something private, it is disrespectful to ignore that person's wishes without a compelling reason to do so. Of course, the desire for privacy can conflict with important values, so privacy may not always win out in the balance. Sometimes people's desires for privacy are just brushed aside because of a view that the harm in doing so is trivial. I'll take this again. It's a bit long, it's a bit lengthy, but just be with me and you understand all what I'm trying to unravel. So, respect for individuals. It says that privacy is about respecting individuals. If a person has a reasonable desire to keep something private, it is disrespectful to ignore that person's wishes without a compelling reason to do so. Of course, the desire for privacy can conflict with important values. So, privacy may not always win out in the balance. Sometimes, people's desires for privacy are just brushed aside because of a view that the harm in doing so is trivial. This is self-explanatory, and we see this in our daily lives. Let me give this example. Let's say you have something on your phone which you are holding on to. It is not as if it's a bad thing, but you feel like, oh, it is not yet time for me to make the world know. It's not yet time for me to post this particular picture, to post this particular invite on social media. Meanwhile, there are some friends you confide in. I mean, they are your buddies, and so you felt like, well, let me just share it to them. And you were smart enough to tell them that keep it. It is not to be shared now. Then one of your friends is like, oh, let's say it's a marriage invitation. Oh, me penance, the person who some madam for never worry a day, and then she doesn't listen to your I mean, should I say your rules and regulations that I have sent it to you because you are close to me, but I don't want outsiders to see it yet. Then she is thinking, oh yeah, madam for me post it, then the person goes ahead to post it. It is disrespectful, like I read out. It is not yours. It is for your friend. Yes, we agree. We are not disputing the fact that the person is your friend. But then he or she has told you that I don't want it to go out at this point in time. There's this meme on social media that reads, if I don't say it to people, don't say it to them for me. If I've not invited people, if I've not told people about my graduation, if I've not told people about my marriage, people about the fact that I'm done doing my masters, don't go about telling people. The fact that you're my friend doesn't mean that you should say everything about me to people. Mind you, maybe you, the friend, didn't even tell your other friend that, oh, Maria, me master, so some way, someone she's able to know. Hey, you see, I've been doing masters. Congratulations on your WhatsApp status to her. Like, for what? She has not sent you. So people like this tend to get mad, and when they try to attack, let me not use attack. When they try to ask their friends why they did that, they try to say anything they like. Oh, so what basu me post here and I then all those kind of things. It doesn't help. It is disrespectful. If I have something and I want to keep it private, respect that, and even respect the fact that I don't want the whole world to know yet, but I have given it to you. It should let you know that I have love for you, I have respect for you, and I really do cherish you. And I cherish what we have together as friendship or relationship. And so if I've sent that to you and I've told you that don't share it yet, please do go by that. Senior Bear, peace will reign between us. So it goes on to say that it is disrespectful to ignore that person's wishes without a compelling reason to do so. Some people just do anything they want because they feel like what is happening there, madam for now. I didn't me cry. No, try to respect people's privacy, respect people's opinions. Like, yes, this is a marriage invitation card, and yes, I'm getting married next weekend, but I don't want people to see now. Mind you, the person doesn't really have enough funds. If you are wedding no you are budgeting for 100 people. Now, and see on per se invitation card never call viral. Then you start sharing it. People also know her. Now wedding the nanko for the power budgeting for 100 people. No, then they tend to have like 120, 150 people. Why are they going to get food? You are the same people who go back and be like, Abigail wedding, the name you are the cause of it. So please respect your friend's privacy. So the second one says control over one's life. And under that it says that personal data is essential to so many decisions made about us, from whether we get a loan, a license, or a job to our personal and professional reputations. Personal data is used to determine whether we are investigated by the government or searched at the airport or denied the ability to fly. And so this one right here is actually talking about, not all of us have the chance to do our own businesses. Other people work with some organizations, and before you work with an organization, you're supposed to present your details, at least the company should know who you are and all that. So let's say you're working with a particular organization and you went out for a loan. For some reason, you're not able to pay the loan on time. They come to your office to ask about you. At least the secretary or whoever they come to meet should be able to pick up a phone to call you and ask if they should do a thing like that. Yes, privacy rights. What if the people who are there are not really genuine? They're not really coming for the money, but to, let's say, kill you. You understand? And so things like this should be taken into consideration. When someone comes to the office, I'm looking for, I'm after Brakofi. Really? Why are you after him? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. If the person doesn't want to excuse you, excuse yourself. Get outside, call Brakofi. Brakofi, blah, 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 blah. Should I? Oh, no. I'll see them myself. Then you find something to tell the person so that Brakofi and then those people who, the creditors, can have their own conversation some other time when they meet. So the third one says that freedom of thought and speech. Now, like I said earlier, that when we were in school, we were being taught our rights, freedom to live, freedom to speak, and all that. So sometimes people really want to infringe on these rights, they themselves. It's not that someone is infringing on their rights, so they themselves want to infringe on this rights. Like they want to use this right to say whatever they want, as to whether what they are saying is true or not. Because there is freedom of speech, there is freedom of thought, there is freedom of expression. They want to express themselves in every way. As someone can cry, he or she wants to say it. Yes, there's freedom of thought and speech, but mind what you think about and mind what comes out of your mouth as well. Then the fourth one says second chances. So many people are not static. They change and grow throughout their lives. There is a great value in the ability to have a second chance, to be able to move beyond a mistake and to be able to reinvent oneself. Yes, people should learn to give people second chance. I'll still use organizations or even the family. You could see that mommy and daddy and 3 kids, they're in the family, and they tend to like 2 people than the other because the other is always making mistakes. And away there, they be a son or here, then they start to say negative words to the kids. It doesn't work that way. People grow. As we are growing, we learn. And so learn to give second chances, even in your relationship. In every relationship at all, your relationship with your boss, your relationship with your colleagues at work, your, romantic endeavor, all that, give second chances. So the last one says that not having to explain or justify oneself. So under it says an important reason why privacy matters is not having to explain or justify oneself. We may do a lot of things which if judged from afar by others lacking complete knowledge or understanding may seem odd or embarrassing or worse. It can be a heavy burden if we constantly have to wonder how everything we do will be perceived by others and have to be at the ready to explain. And not by force, to be explaining yourself to people. Oh, I learned you've stopped schooling and you are now learning a hand trade. Don't worry. You're not you don't owe them any explanation. See, you know yourself. You know what you can do. You know what you are capable of doing. Your capabilities and abilities. And so, if school end that's at the pump and the bedi don't worry yourself to be explaining to people. And I'm a sure mass no, it doesn't matter. Tell them you have chosen another path and you think it will work for you. That is why you are there. So let's now look at why privacy and confidentiality is important, and it is under health. It says that health professionals are ethically obligated to protect patients' confidentiality. Now, the code of the Australian Medical Association, which is AMA, Code of Ethics revised 2016 provides that a health professional must maintain the confidentiality of the patient's personal information, including their medical records, disclosing their information to others only with the patient's express up-to-date consent as required or authorized by law. This applies to both identified and de-identified patient data. All this is trying to say is sometimes you go to the hospital and you are being diagnosed with a particular sickness, okay, and you don't want people to, not even I don't want people to do, you yourself, you know that this disease is some way, somehow, you can't let people know. So the doctor you went to you should have that confidence in the doctor that he won't spill out whatever you are going through to people, your family members, your friends, or anything like that. There are some health workers, they are not able to do that. They even tell you that because of what you are going through, we are supposed to tell your husband, and you are supposed to tell your family. So maybe as a warrior, if there's a one number, or say a catch you come so but no, at least give the person some time to recover. I mean, give the person some time to get that strength. If the Nipanankasa can go to the husband and talk to the husband about it. Now there is an issue. So there was a story yesterday in the news about the fact that a man promised to marry a lady and he didn't do as promised, and so the lady took the man to court and sued the man, and she actually won. She actually won the case. Privacy rights. Now, if someone is single, you might not know the person is some way somehow enjoying her single life. You don't go because of your selfish desires, because of your selfish needs. You don't go to the person to tell the person that I want to marry you, promising the person to marry her, and later on you don't. So the story yesterday was about the fact that the man promised to marry the woman and he didn't. So the lady sued the man, and the lady has won the court case. And so if you're not ready to do anything, don't make it seem like this is what I want to do. Meanwhile, you don't have the funds, you don't have the what it takes for you to do that particular thing, and so it is not needed. So respect people's privacy and respect people for who they are. Privacy is power. What people don't do, they can't ruin. Thank you so much for doing this with me. Many times going out to my producer and director, Miss Helena, and of course my DOP, Manasseh. Thank you so much for sticking and staying with me. This has been the Regale, and we spoke about privacy rights. My makeup is by Clenham Makeover. Find them at Station 30B and Runabout, and she'll make you look gorgeous. My name is Akosia Purple. Call me the screen goddess anywhere you see me. Thank you so much, and do have a blissful day. If you have not subscribed, can you subscribe to our YouTube and Facebook at MO7 Plus, and of course on Instagram at MO7_plus for more updates. I'm out. Do have a blissful day.